It's February the 1st, 2021, and it's time for another episode of AMA Air. Coming up today, we've got a brand new program from the AMA Foundation we're going to tell you about.
Yeah, we're going to talk about news and events in 2021.
And we're going to tell you all about the brand new February Club of the Month. All that and more coming up today on AMA Air. Hello again, everybody. Welcome to another episode of AMA Air. My name is Matt Ruddick.
And I am Mean Joe.
Joe Vermillion, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining us and co-hosting with me today. It's a pleasure to see your face.
Absolutely, as always. I love the nice Matt tag. That's awesome.
That was a little trick by our producer. I didn't catch that until you just said it.
Very cool.
Very well done. Very well done. Hey, you know what? If that's what people want to call me, I'll take that. I'll take nice. I'll take that. Well, Joe, you've been we see in the comments on the show all the time, so you're no stranger to AMA Air, and I'm sure not a stranger to many of the folks watching. But for those that may not know you, and I don't know who those people might be, but maybe there are one or two that don't know who you are. Why don't you give everybody a little bit of your backstory and what it is that you do here?
So my name's Joe Vermillion from Balsa USA. I actually am the social media manager / do basically whatever they ask me to do guy at Balsa USA. I travel around, do a lot of events, do all the social media. We do all the forums that we do, plus I do all the website stuff as well. So I wear quite a few very large hats, and it keeps me busy.
Well, you certainly are a busy guy, and I want, one of the things I want to talk about real quick is to let everybody know that you put out some really amazing videos on Balsa USA's social media channels that are incredibly informative, incredibly entertaining. You put out tips and tricks, you have build series, you have all sorts of stuff. Can you tell me just a little bit about how those videos kind of come about and where people can find those?
Sure. So how those came about was I'm not too big a guy to realize that I'm always learning too. And so what I do when I'm doing stuff around the shop, if I think of something somebody might be able to learn something from, then I put it on a show. I turn on hit the record button and record it so that we can all learn and we can all push our builds to the next level. So that's how it came about. As far as checking them out, you can check them out over at Facebook. We have the Balsa USA Airplanes on Facebook. We also have Instagram. We also do YouTube, which is at Balsa USA on YouTube. And all that stuff is there. And just as I go, when I do something, I see something needs to be addressed, so we address it. That's pretty much how I do it.
Well, I really encourage folks to go check those out because I personally have learned quite a bit of stuff from some of those videos. You did one video at one point about with some tricks and tips and tricks on how to store your glue. That was just mind blowing to me. I was like, how did I not ever think about that kind of thing? There's so many little cool things like that people may have never thought about that you might pick up by watching one of these videos. So I encourage you to go to do that. Well, Joe, let's jump right into it. Actually, before we do that, if you guys do want to learn more about Joe, we did a podcast together way back on episode 21 last year. So you can go check that out at modelaircraft.org/podcast. Of course, I got to get a plug in on my podcast. If that's what we do here. But we had a great conversation. So go check that out if you want to learn more about some of the stuff that Joe does at Balsa USA. It's a really fun conversation. Okay, let's jump right into the news we have for this week. Joe, what do you say? You want to get started?
Absolutely. Let's get going.
Let's do it. So we're going to start with the foundation. We teased at the top of the show. There's a brand new program that the foundation has just launched this past Friday. It's called the torchbearer program. So it's essentially it's a monthly giving program. You can set up monthly giving to automatically come out every single month if you want to donate on a regular basis. This is the easiest way you can do it. You're going to get some really cool benefits to go along with it if you become a torchbearer, such as exclusive content like an exclusive episode of the podcast that'll come out every quarter, early access to this show. We're going to be talking about doing that here soon. And something really special we're doing for the launch is a really cool giveaway. Joe, you know something about this giveaway. I'll let you tell them a little bit about it.
Yeah, so we decided that with all of the work that the AMA Foundation does, I mean, a lot of the members may or may not know that the AMA Foundation takes care of all of the stuff like the tag grants, the field grants, sponsors the, the fun fly, does all the scholarships and all that stuff. And it's really important for us as modelers to make sure that the foundation has the funds available to be able to keep producing content and keep producing programs that help the people along in the aviation hobbies. So we decided to go ahead and donate a 1/3 scale Newport 17 kit as part of the new torchbearer startup giveaway.
Yeah, this is one cool airplane you guys are going to want to get in on this giveaway. And all you got to do is sign up to become a torchbearer. You can go to modelaircraft.org/pass-the-torch. You see the website right there at the bottom of your screen to get signed up to become a torchbearer, set up your monthly giving. It's a really great way to help support all of these programs that Joe touched on. And hey, here's a big plus. You get entered to win this amazing aircraft from Balsa USA. So kudos to those guys for donating that to this program. I think it's a great way to try to bring some people in. I hope you guys are enticed by it, and I hope you guys sign up to become a torchbearer. Something else that if you're not already aware of that's related to the foundation and those programs that Joe mentioned, the TAG grant, Takeoff and Grow grant, the Flying Site Assistance grant, and the AMA scholarships, those applications are due today, February the 1st. So if you haven't already submitted those, you have until the end of the day to do that. Head over to modelaircraft.org/foundation to learn more about that. Again, those applications are due by the end of the day today, so make sure you get those in if you haven't already. Let's jump over to events. So I know, Joe, I know you go to a ton of events every year, right?
Yes, sir. All over the place. That's what we do in the summertime.
And I know you, like me, we didn't get to go to quite as many events in 2020 as we would have liked to have gone to. We're hoping that 2021 we get to go to some more that that may have gotten canceled last year. Maybe they're going to get to continue on this year. We're going to tell you about a few of them if you guys don't mind. So first, we're going to touch on the National Fun Fly event. We told you about it on a few episodes ago. The dates have been set for July 30th through August the 1st of 2021. But guess what? Registration is now open. You can go to modelaircraft.org/funfly. And if you register by June the 30th, you get a free t-shirt that is right there on your screen. That is an awesome looking t-shirt. Again, you get that for free if you register for the National Fun Fly by June the 30th. So make sure you go to modelaircraft.org/funfly to get signed up today. Joe, what's on your schedule for this year?
So right now it looks like Florida Jets and Top Gun are both going to be on. Florida Jets is going to run from March 17th through the 20th. And they actually took Top Gun and postponed it until October 28th to November 1st. Make sure you check out frankdiano.com to get all the information on that. They were able to secure everything, and these events are a go. I know there was a little bit of rhetoric out there about these would probably be canceled. That is not the case. They are full go, and they will be coming soon. So make sure you check out, again, frankdiano.com for all the information for these invitationals.
That's excellent. I'm really glad to see those events continuing on this year. That's going to be a great time for everybody, I think. finally, unfortunately, some sadder news as far as events are concerned. The Perry Swap Meet, the world famous Perry Swap Meet, really has been canceled for 2021. Originally, they were scheduled March 26th and 27th. Unfortunately, they have decided to cancel that swap meet this year. So that's unfortunately one we're going to have to take off of our calendar. But the good news is you guys can go to modelaircraft.org/event-calendar. And you can look and see what events are coming up in your area. It's a great resource for you guys to take advantage of to find some cool events going on in your area. So be sure to check that out. That is modelaircraft.org/event-calendar to learn more about events in your area. Okay, well, look, now it's time. Joe, you're aware of this. This is our favorite part of the show.
Absolutely.
If you're a longtime watcher, you know what time it is.
Absolutely.
It's time for Ifly AMA.
Said, are you ready? Are you ready for Ifly AMA?
Oh, wait, sorry.
Oh, we're back. Sorry. I spaced out a little bit. Hey, guys, it's time for our favorite part of the show. It's talking all about the Ifly AMA Facebook group. If you've not yet joined, go to facebook.com/groups/Ifly AMA. Click that join button. Have a couple of questions to answer, and then you'll be admitted into the Ifly AMA Facebook group, where we have just a cornucopia of amazing content for you to digest and to enjoy. And the great part about it is it all comes from you guys. And that's the stuff that I love to see, is what you guys are doing. And that's why we have this part of the show, so we can showcase the cool stuff you guys are doing. And I'm going to start this off, if you don't mind, because I think everybody is going to be really enthralled by this one. So this is a post that comes from James Weiss. He is in the process of building a 1912 Blackburn. And he says these are plans from Outer Zone. It's an 81-inch with a DLE 20. Look at that. Man, I cannot wait to see this thing done.
Yeah, I'm super excited. That teardrop fuselage looks amazing. I'd really like to see this one in the air. I think it's going to be super cool.
I agree, and it looks like he's doing a bang-out job on the construction there. It looks super clean. I'm with you. I can't wait to see this thing up in the air. James, I hope you're watching, and if you are, please keep us posted on this build process, because I'm really anxious to see what the final product ends up looking like. It looks like it's on its way to being a gorgeous airplane.
Absolutely.
So, Joe, what about you? What do you got lined up for us this week?
So I was on my daily jaunt into the Ifly AMA Facebook page, and if you're not a member, what are you waiting for? Get over there and join. It's a great group. There's a lot of information that goes around. But one of the things that caught my eye, obviously, was Matt Morley's 1/3 scale DR1 triplane build. He was doing some work on his pole system for the rudder and elevator, and I think it turned out really good. Matt has put a lot of work into it. He spends a lot of time, taking the time to show people what he's working on. There's a lot of people in there that aren't afraid to ask questions, and there's just as many people in that group that aren't afraid to answer questions. So I thought his pole system and the way he set that up was really nice. It's very scale, and I can't wait to see that one in the air. It's going to be really cool. He's also done a custom tail skid on that. It's spring loaded and the whole 9 yards. It looks really good, and Matt's doing a great job on that build.
The craftsmanship that we get to see on a daily basis in that Facebook group from these guys, and we put two of the best on display just right there. It's just amazing. I love seeing this stuff, and as you said, Matt's got a really cool airplane getting ready to be finished up soon, I think. And God, look at that's an awesome shot. I love that picture of that airplane. Wow.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. It's going to be really cool.
Well, guys, as we said, if you're not already a member of the Ifly AMA Facebook group, head over to facebook.com/groups/Ifly AMA and join today. But we're not done. As we do on the first of every month, we like to let you guys know about the winner of the cover photo contest. Every month we do a cover photo contest. The photo that gets the most likes and loves and emojis and whatever gets shot straight to the top to the cover photo slot for the rest of the month. And we've got a winner selected for February. Are you guys ready? I need a drum roll. Somebody give me a drum roll. The winner for February is Douglas Hart with his Gentle Lady 250. Man, that's a cool. I'll tell you, the thing about this picture that I love the most is it makes me feel like it's springtime and that there's no snow on the ground.
That's exactly why I don't like it, because there's snow on the ground and I can't be out there right now. That is a great shot. I love it.
You just stare at this one and you're like, oh, it's springtime again. Even though it's not. Well, congratulations, Douglas Hart, for being February's cover photo contest winner. Well-deserved, beautiful shot. I'm actually really curious how he got that. It looks like he had to have been had a chase plane behind him, maybe a drone behind him or something, getting that shot. That's certainly not taken from the ground, I don't think. But
No.
Wonderful shot. Wonderful shot in any event. Again, that'll be the cover photo for the rest of February. Remember, facebook.com/groups/iflyama. Don't forget, go join if you haven't already done that. Come join the conversation. It's a great time in there for everybody. So let's move on to our next bit of news. So most of you guys know we've here at the AMA have had a long history of working closely together with the EAA. Joe, I know you're familiar with the EAA, of course.
Yes, absolutely. We worked with the EAA as part of the AMA's program and joint venture with them a couple of years ago to actually build a kit in 3 days. Myself and Dan Landis and his father got on there and did a build in 3 days of a LT-40 kit. It turned out great, and the EAA was there, and their ability to take what we do and turn it into what they do is pretty important for us all. And that program is designed around getting young people involved and getting them hooked on aviation so that then eventually they can move into doing the full scale stuff with the EAA people. So it's a really great program.
Absolutely. So if you don't already know what the EAA is, the Experimental Aircraft Association, it's an international organization of aviation enthusiasts. They're based up in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. If that rings a bell to you, that's because they host AirVenture every year, which is the largest air show in the world, I think. They have thousands of aircraft that come into this event. Joe, I don't know. Have you ever been to AirVenture before?
I actually, because of my schedule, have not been able to make it to that event yet. That is actually one that is on the list. With all the RC events that we do all over the place, it's hard for me to fit that one in. But here before long, we're going to make some changes so that I can go up there and enjoy Oshkosh.
I've got to go once, and it was the most overwhelming experience of my life. It was just any kind of aircraft you could think of, they had there. It's an amazing event. I'm getting off topic, but I think it's worth noting that if you've never been to Oshkosh to AirVenture, make a point to put that on your calendar at some point in the near future. In any event, we actually have, like I mentioned earlier, we have a really close relationship with EAA, and we now have a brand new offer for you guys. We've formed a partnership with EAA to where AMA members can now save $11 off of their EAA membership when they sign up through the AMA. You can go to modelaircraft.org/EAA-offer. To learn more about that and for the direct link to go sign up for this $11 discount. Now, of course, you have to be an AMA member already, and you have to be logged into the modelaircraft.org website to access this page, this modelaircraft.org/EAA-offer page. So make sure you're signed up, make sure you're logged in, and you'll get all that information there. But it's a really cool opportunity for folks that have been on the fence, been thinking about joining the EAA. Well, now you have an opportunity to save a little money. Also, if you happen to be an EAA member, but not yet an AMA member, there's also a reciprocal discount as well there that they have information on as well. So go take advantage of that. I think it's a really cool opportunity for folks that, like I said, may have been on the fence a little bit to join. Well, here's a wonderful reason to go ahead and make that jump, as it were.
Absolutely.
So Club of the Month. That's the next thing I want to talk about. You guys know we always try to announce Club of the Month here on AMA Air. We didn't get to do it last time because I had the day off. I didn't have to come in on New Year's Day. I was kind of felt pretty good about that. I felt pretty accomplished. They let me take the day off. But the RC Sailors came in, did a wonderful job. But this time it's time to talk about the February Club of the Month and announce who that is. So as I'm pulling up my information here, let's see. Here we go. February Club of the Month is Prince George's RC Club, founded in 1963 on a 1-acre patch of land on top of a hill in Upper Marlboro, Maryland, by 15 modelers looking to get together regularly to fly. By 1972, PGRC moved to a 1,000-acre site with two 400-foot paved runways that quite literally paved the way to increasing their membership to over 200 members, including EDF pioneer Bob Violet and pylon icon Cliff Telford. Events such as the nearly 30-year-old Big Bird Warbird event bring pilots from all over the nation to enjoy the PGRC. And now we'd like to offer our congratulations to all of their hard work by naming Prince George's RC Club February's Club of the Month. Congratulations, guys. It's well-deserved, in my opinion.
Absolutely. Good job, guys.
You know, one of the other things I want to mention about Prince George's RC Club, they actually were they stepped up last year and invited more than a dozen, I think, FAA officials to come to their club to learn more about what model aviation was all about. You know, when the remote ID NPRM had just kind of come out and everybody was talking about that, they invited all these folks out to come enjoy their club and learn what it was all about. And I think that probably played a big role in how the remote ID stuff ended up shaping out to be. So kudos to that club for being so welcoming of all these folks and kind of sharing what model aviation is all about. I think that's really important. We had a comment that popped up just a minute ago. I'll ask our producer Dylan if he could pull that up. He said, "Tell us how to participate in the Facebook cover photo contest." Thank you, Douglas, for pointing that out. I completely skipped over that part. I'm sorry. We all make mistakes, right? I hope you'll forgive me. So let me tell you about how you can participate in the Facebook cover photo contest. On February the 15th, on our next episode of AMA Air, we'll announce that the Facebook cover photo for March will be open, and you guys can post a comment we'll have a pinned post at the top of the group announcing the cover photo contest for March. You can put your photo in the comments, and whoever gets the most likes, emojis, reactions, whatever you want to call them, will end up being the winner when it's announced on March the 1st. So that's how you enter. That's how you participate in the cover photo contest. I encourage you, if you guys have not yet participated in that, to do that, because it is a really cool way to show off some of your cool airplanes and stuff that you have, or maybe your cool photo skills. You know, some of us are better at taking pictures than we are at flying. I'll raise my hand on that one. So I encourage you guys to go do that. It's a lot of fun. Something to point out: if you've already won before, you're not eligible to win again. Sorry, Joe. I think we are going to change that in the future. We're gonna do a reset sometime in the near future. We'll let you guys know when we do that. But for now, if you've already won, you can't win again. But every month I look forward to seeing some of those entries because they're just amazing in my mind. So
yeah, there's some great pictures that come through that thread every month. It's always good to get on there and check out how cool people's photography and what they're doing in the hobby is. Really cool. Absolutely.
So again, I want to thank you, Douglas, for pointing that out to me that I forgot to include that. I appreciate that very much. But so we've talked about Club of the Month. All that we have left now is I want to open the floor to Joe, because Joe, I want you to kind of tell us a little bit more about Balsa USA before we leave. You've been so kind to give us some of your time to help us out here on AMA Air, and Balsa USA has been such a close partner with the AMA as well. I'd love for you to tell us a little bit more about Balsa USA and maybe something cool you guys have coming out today.
So yeah, make sure you check out. We had the links on there earlier for the Facebook and the YouTube. Make sure you get on there, and the same thing as what you would do for the AMA podcast. Go ahead and click subscribe and click notification so you know when we've got new stuff coming up. I've got all kinds of stuff planned. I've got some really cool guests that are going to be on the show. So there's a lot of things coming. I know there's quite a few people that have been asking for airplane designs. We've got a couple that we're almost ready to start looking into production. Keep in mind, over the last year or so, our primary concentration has been to transfer all of our old school plans into laser cut plans. So that's been a huge undertaking to get all those redrawn in CAD, because keep in mind, our kits are hand drawn. So they all have to be, they're no digital content, so they have to be recreated in CAD. So that's been a huge undertaking. We've got a handle on that. We're almost ready to go live with most of our kits, and it's something that's going to come soon. Something that we were able to actually develop in the near past, like just a couple weekends ago, I put this together, is the brand new Balsa USA Mighty Miter Sander. This is going to be part of our tool line that we're going to be coming up with. And this is actually going to help you. This is a nice kit that we're going to have available for folks to be able to go ahead and put their Mighty Miter sander together and create all the bevels and angles that they need to. It's going to come with a couple of sanding block setups so you can put some different grit sandpaper. We actually did make those 2 inches wide. So for that 2-inch wide stick-on sandpaper, it'll be perfect for that. And we hope that this will help people get through their builds and be able to do stuff. There is going to be a tool line. There's going to be a lot of more stuff coming out for that. So make sure you guys stay tuned. What we've kind of seen is that a lot of the tool manufacturers out there that have build aids or tools or things that they've done, a lot of those folks aren't doing that anymore. So we're kind of trying to fill a niche in the market where we can create some stuff that will help people be successful with their builds, and something that makes sense and something that's easy for them to put together. So
yeah, I think that's great stuff. Guys, if you want to learn more about this and to check out that miter sander, you can go to shop.balsausa.com. So much great stuff there. I love the fact that you guys are going to start doing a tool line. I think that's a really, especially for guys that are new, that are just getting into, the world of building. They don't have a stockpile of tools that they've developed over the course of dozens of years. So I think this is going to be a really cool way to get people involved in building again. I think that's a great thing.
Yeah, I did see a question down there from Seth. He says he's an intermediate builder that's never worked with balsa. Any tips? So my recommendation would just be to ask. Join a couple of the balsa builder groups. I'm always available. If you message the Balsa USA Facebook, that's me directly. You can also reach me over at tech@balsausa.com. Any of those questions that you have, or anything that you have questions on or want to get started with, we're more than happy to help out. And not to mention even the AMA group that we talked about earlier, the Ifly AMA group. Get on there and ask some questions, because there's a lot of experience in there. We've got the likes of, like Matt Morley and Greg Hahn and all these guys that have been doing this their entire lives. So get on there and ask some questions, and we'd be happy to help you. So don't be afraid.
Yeah, these guys are the best of the best as far as I'm concerned. And listen, there's another way you can get some tips and tricks. Go check out some of those videos that Joe produces on the Balsa USA social media channels. There's so many great tips and tricks just in some of those that you can pick up just by watching. So I would encourage you to check those out as well. But I think the Facebook groups, both the Ifly AMA and the Balsa building groups as well. There's so much knowledge that can be found just by asking those questions out there. I think that's a great point. So Seth, thank you for asking that.
Yeah, and the best tip I have for you in any of that is just don't be intimidated by it. That was one of the things that I hear a lot. Don't be afraid. Go in there, make some mistakes. Guess what? Any kit we have, we produce those kits on a regular basis. So if you break something or put something in the wrong spot, we have the parts to replace it. So don't be intimidated, and there's plenty of help available just about anywhere you think.
So, something that somebody much wiser than I told me one time was, don't be afraid to fail, because you always learn something from that. So don't be afraid to just jump in and make some mistakes and learn from them. It's a great way to learn some stuff. There we go. Right there is some of the videos that Joe has produced. So be sure to go check that out on their YouTube channel. Joe, man, thank you so much for coming on to AMA Air and helping me navigate through this week's episode. I think this has been a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to all the content that you produce here coming up soon.
Absolutely, and I really appreciate having me on, and I'll be watching, so don't mess up.
Absolutely. Every time, every single time. Well, hey guys, if you've enjoyed this week's episode, we encourage you to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Maybe even hit that little notification bell. I think that's what the kids do, to get notified whenever we go live, so you don't miss out on any of our videos.
And while you're at it, make sure you swing over by modelaircraft.org/join and join up with the best organization in the whole world, the Academy of Model Aeronautics. Where else can you get this kind of stuff?
Absolutely. Well, guys, thank you again for joining us today on AMA Air. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we hope you'll be back here again on February the 15th for another episode of AMA Air. See you guys.
Have fun.